Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. I'm going to be doing a video today on National Pastime 3 Baseball. I haven't done one in a while. Been doing a lot of inside pitch baseball. Been getting into that quite a bit. And thought I'd mix it up a little bit with doing a National Pastime 3 replay of the 2016 season that I'm working on. These games you can play a little bit faster, I find. A little bit different interface here, not quite as inviting as like the inside pitch or action PC. Not as much action going on, kind of bland, but fun nonetheless. It's got a really great engine underneath it. So anyway, so I'm doing a matchup today between the 2016 Rays and Orioles. Again, on paper, doesn't look that good, but does have a good pitching matchup between Chris Archer, who didn't have a great season, but still a good pitcher. Lost 19 games on the season, but still pitched better than the 19 season 19 losses would indicate. Did let up a lot of home runs, but pitched overall not that bad. And he'll be going up against the ace of the Baltimore Orioles, Chris Tillman. So again, I thought I'd do this because it looked like a decent matchup with some two generally good pitchers. Baltimore's got a lot of power, so could see a few home runs here. So anyway, let's get started. So up first, so the lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays, the visiting Tampa Bay Rays, would be Logan Forsythe, batting first and playing second base. Oops. Yeah, there you go. So, and Logan Morrison, so two Logans back to back. Logan Morrison playing first base and batting second. Evan Longoria batting third and playing third. The batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Corey Dickerson, batting fifth and playing left field would be Desmond Jennings. Batting sixth and playing shortstop, Brad Miller. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Steven Souza. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier. And batting ninth and catching, Hank Conger. And he'll be facing Chris Tillman, who is a B-grade pitcher. No other special letters here or anything like that, just a B pitcher. So, alright, so let's get started. And we'll be using the jump system as we usually do. So a 9. So he gets the result is a single. Let's see if he gets a jump here. He's unable to get the jump. So the runner on first. So the Rays have the leadoff runner on for Logan Morrison. He's hitting 182 so far on the season with an on-base percentage of 250 and a slugging percentage of 182. See, these are some of the stats that I like about this game. This game is really great as far as the stats go. Really in-depth stats. I'll show you a little. Well, I've kind of shown you some in the previous video, so if you want to check out some previous videos, we'll go into the stats too. And I'm going to finish a week out here. I'm close to finishing up a week's worth of games here. And at the end of the week, I'm going to do like a stat breakdown, show you the standings and all the league leaders and all that stuff. So I'll be doing a video probably within the next week or so after I finish a week's worth of games from through Sunday and on the schedule. I'm getting close. I think this is like a Thursday or something like that. So I'm going to finish up the week and then do a week's worth of stats there. So anyway, and I also have this whole 2016 replay on the Delphi Forums under National Pastime 3 under that group. It's under the replay section of the National Pastime, or Skeetersoft. I believe it's Skeetersoft is the company that made it. Right up here, you can see it. Skeetersoft's National Pastime 3. So it's under Skeetersoft on the Delphi Forums, under replays under Skeetersoft. That's it, yeah. And I think it says NPIII 2016 Replay is the title of it. So if you want to check that out, I have all the box scores, and I do a little write-up on each game too, showing you the highlights and stuff. So, all right. So next up is Logan Morrison here. Nobody out, and the runner on first. And he fouls out to the catcher. So 1 down, and the runner's on first. For Evan Longoria, he's still looking for his first hit in 16 plate appearances. And he still continues to look as he strikes out. So 2 down now for Corey Dickerson. He's hitting .500, 6 for 12. Homer and 2 RBIs. And he also fouls out to the catcher to retire the side. So we head to the bottom of the first. And against Chris Archer of the Tampa Bay Rays, the Baltimore lineup is as follows. Batting first and playing center field, Joey Rickard. Batting second and playing left field will be Nolan Reimold. Batting third and playing third, Manny Machado. Batting fourth, the slugger Chris Davis, playing first. Batting fifth and playing right field will be Mark Trumbo. Batting sixth will be the catcher Matt Wieters, who is now a Washington National. Batting seventh, the DH, Pedro Alvarez. Batting eighth, the second baseman Jonathan Scope. And batting last and ninth is the third baseman Ryan Flaherty. All right, so that's your lineup for the Baltimore Orioles. Alrighty, and Rickard is hitting 273 with no homers and 2 RBIs. So he gets a single here. And he gets 12 is less than the 13, so on that end. So that means he would get the steal. So 11, 12, and 13 it would be good, and 66 would be caught stealing. But that's how you read that. So that 12 right there shows that he stole a base. So he stole on a strike, first pitch strike. So we get. So the Orioles have the runner in scoring position with nobody out for Nolan Reimold, who's hitting 200, no homers and no RBIs. And he fouls out the third, the first out. So next up will be Manny Machado, hitting 231 with no homers and no RBIs. And he flies out to left, and Rickards stays put at second. Alright, so next up will be the cleanup hitter, Chris Davis. He's hitting 222 with a homer and an RBI. See if he can bring him in. And they walk him. So first and second now with 2 down for Mark Trumbo. He's having a really off to a fast start. He's hitting 429 with a homer and 6 RBIs. So he's got some RBI possibility here. And he hits another home run. So Mark Trumbo hits a big 3-run homer to give Chris Tillman and the Orioles a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. So that's 9 RBIs now for Mark Trumbo, which probably leads the league now. Yeah. All right, so Chris Archer gives up a big 3-run homer, which was what his issue was during the season. He let up a lot of home runs. And so he starts off the game letting up a 3-run homer to Mark Trumbo. All right, next up will be the catcher, Matt Wieters. He's hitting .333 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And he strikes out. 10th inning, but not before the Orioles put up a 3 spot, and we head to the top of the second. 2-0 Orioles. See if the Tampa Bay Rays can come back here. All right, next up will be, leading off with the second, will be Desmond Jennings. He's hitting .333 with 2 homers and 3 RBIs. And he flies out to left. Brad Miller's up, and he strikes out. Sorry about that. I should have checked his stats. Batting next, with 2 down, will be Steven Souza. He's hitting .231 with no homers or 1 RBI. And he strikes out. So Tillman gets him 1, 2, 3. And we head to the bottom of the second. Orioles up 3-0. All right, next up will be Chris Archer. As you can see, his grade is down to a C pitcher now. He'll be facing Pedro Alvarez, Jonathan Scope, and Flaherty. So Pedro Alvarez is hitting .364 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And he walks him. So this would indicate that not much of a stealer here, but he doesn't get caught at all. So that means he cannot be thrown out. So it's worth the roll. Oh, it was close. But he can't get the jump. He's a slow runner, so we're gonna keep him from advancing there. From stealing any bases, we're gonna keep him advancing on a fly ball, and we're gonna keep him from advancing an extra base there. So on a single, he'll just go 1 base. On a double, he'll just go 2 bases. Won't try for that extra base. All right, and that shows he's restricted there. All right, so Jonathan Scope's up now with a runner on first, nobody out. Scope's hitting .182 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And it's like a fielder's choice. So runner's out at second. And we're not going to have him steal because the only thing he can do is get out. I'm going to play it safe here. Alright, so fielder's choice, and Scope's on first now with 1 down. Alright, next up will be the third baseman, Flaherty. This is his first start of the year. His first at bat. And another fielder's choice. So Scope is retired at second on 4-6, score at 4-6. And we're going to actually let him try it. No, he doesn't get the jump. Alright, so 2 down now for Joey Rickard. He's hitting .333 with no homers and 2 RBIs. So back to the top of the order here. And he flies out to center to retire the side. So we head to the third. Rays down by 3. So Kiermaier, Conger, and Forsythe will be up here for the Rays in the 3rd inning against Tillman. Kiermaier is hitting .308 with 2 homers and 3 RBIs. And he pops out to third, the first out. So 1 up, 1 down. Here's Conger. He grounds out to the pitcher, over to first, 2 down. Next up is Forsythe. He's 1 for 1. And he flies out to left for the second out of the inning. Oh, sorry, to retire the side. Alrighty, so we head to the top of the 4th here. Chris Archer looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ryan Elb is 0 for 1. And he strikes out. So Manny Machado will be up now with 1 down. And he doubles. So Manny Machado is at second with 1 down. So Chris Davis. Already up 3-0. See, Chris Davis is walked, I believe, his first time up. And he strikes out now. So 2 down and a runner at second for Mark Trumbo, who had a big 3-run homer in the first inning. And he strikes out. Alrighty, so the Orioles can do no more damage, and the Rays are up now, still behind by 3. So Chris Tillman will face Morrison first off. He is 0 for 1. And he flies out to center. So Longoria will be up now, 0 for 1 also. He grounds out to second. Score that at 4-3. And Trumbo, oops, no, I'm sorry. And Dickerson strikes out to retire the side. So not much going on after that big 3-run homer by Trumbo. Alright, so Chris Archer will face, seems to have settled down now. He'll face Wieters, Alvarez, and Scope. And it's a single. So Wieters is on first with a leadoff single. Alright, Pedro Alvarez. He walked his first time up and he strikes out. I wish this would stay. I wish he didn't have to do it each time, but I guess different situations, so that's why they ask you. Alright, so 1 down and a run on first for Jonathan Scope. He's over 1. Oh, this could be good. 24. Looks like he's going to double. Wieters is going to be held up at third. Not wanting to be thrown out. Now, in that case, maybe not. But in that case, in some cases like that, they'll say if it's a slow runner, like an APA does the same thing. If it's a slow runner, then he's thrown out at home if he tries to go home. But we restricted him. That's, I think, one of the differences between APA and this game is that little thing, and then some of the pitcher adjustments and the home run to double things. Those things are different than APA. So it's kind of like I guess an improved version of APA, although I have not played the cards and dice version of this game, which I definitely would like to try one time. Because I believe it's like APA, but with like some other, I guess you could call them improvements, but extra stuff, extra pitching and other stuff, I think. But anyway, so second and third now with 1 down for the Orioles, and Ryan Flaherty will come to the bat now. He's 0 for 1. Archer delivers, and he flies out to shortstop, short left field for the second out. All right, so Rickard's up now, 1 for 2, and he strikes out. So the Orioles threaten but do not score. So we head to the top of the 5th. Tillman's pitching a fine game so far. On the season, he's got his ERA has been lowered to 3.72. So he had a little bit of a rough first outing there, but he did get the victory. All right, so Jennings steps into the box. Here's the pitch, and he takes him yard. So the Rays get on the board with a leadoff home run by Desmond Jennings. Okay, next up will be Brad Miller. And he pops out to second for the first out. Steven Hughes up now, 0 for 1. And he grounds up the first baseman, who takes it himself. So 2 down. And Kiermaier flies out to left to retire the side, but the Rays get on the board. And after 4.5, it's the Orioles 3, the Rays 1. So Ryan Held will be up now. Chris Archer said it seems to be settling down. Ryan Held is 0 for 2. And he grounds out, scored a 6-3 on that one. So Manny Machado's up now, 1 for 2. And he fouls out to third, the second out. Chris Davis strikes out. So the Orioles go 1-2-3 here in the 5th inning. So Chris Archer seems to definitely have settled down. And this is turning into the pitching matchup that we had hoped for. At least I had hoped for anyway. Alrighty, so Conger, Forsythe, and Morrison will be up now against Tillman. Ooh. Looks like he's going to get a single here. And nope, he's not going to get a jump. So Conger, restrict him. Alrighty. So nobody out, and a runner on first for Forsythe. He is 1 for 2 on the day. And he flies out to right, and Conger has to hold. So 1 down. And he strikes out Morrison for the second out of the inning. Evan Longoria, hitless on the day. Hitless no more. 2-run home run for Longoria ties the game at 3. So just like that, we have a new ball game. Home run over the left field fence. So Tillman's been lowered to a D here. We're going to let him try to finish the inning here. And he grounds out 4-3, Dickerson does. But on a big 2-run homer by Evan Longoria, the Rays tie it up at 3. Alright, so let's see. So Chris Archer now will face Trumbo, Wieters, and Alvarez. Trumbo's out 1 for 2. And he pops out the third for the first out. So Matt Wieters up now. Switching in Matt Wieters. Batting lefty against Archer. And he flies out to right for the second out. Alvarez up now, and he flies to left to retire the side. So 1, 2, 3. Go the Orioles in the bottom of the 6th. Let's see if the Rays can break this tie. See, we have warming in the pen here for the Orioles. So we have TJ McFarland. I think we're going to bring him in. Did pitch 3 innings on the day, so I think we'll bring him in. Who's he coming? So we get a lefty. Let's see. We get a right. So we got a righty, and a righty coming up. Nah, maybe we don't put Farland in there. Let's see what else we got. I think we might bring in Brad Brock. Or we could just let Tillman go a little bit further. Nah, I'm going to bring in Brock. Yeah, we'll bring in Brad Brock. He can pitch more than 1 inning. So, alrighty. So Brad Brock comes in to relieve Chris Tillman. He was cruising until the 6th inning there. Well, 5th and 6th inning. Alright, so Desmond Jennings will be up now. Nobody out. Leading off the 7th. And he comes in and strikes out Jennings for the first out. So a good start for Brock. Brad Miller's up now, 0 for 2. And he fouls out to third for the second out. Okay, next up Steven Souza, 0 for 2 also. And he strikes him out. So he gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. And the Rays go 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 7th. Now it's the Orioles' chance. So Chris Archer, who started off rough, has really settled down and is pitching a fine ball game now. So Jonathan Scope up now, 1 for 2. So he's going to have a single here, and no, we're not going to. We're going to play it safe. All right, so leadoff runner on for the O's here in the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Flaherty, 0 for 2. He flies out to right field, and Scope trots back to first. So it looks like the Tampa's going to get some. Ramiro's going to get up and start throwing there, and Cedeno also. So they get some action in the pen. And he pops out. Rickard pops out to third, the second out. So Ryan holds up now, hitless on the day. And he's 0 for 4 now. He strikes out. So he heads to the top of the 8th, all knotted up at 3. So Brad Brock will face Kiermaier, Conger, and Forsythe. Kiermaier is 0 for 2. Flies out to left. 1 down. Conger up now. Grounds out to second, over to first. 2 up, 2 down. Forsythe, 1 for 3. And he gets a double. So 2-out double for Logan Forsythe. His namesake Logan Morrison will be up now. With a runner in scoring positions. Chance for the Rays to take their first lead of the day. 27, and he strikes out. So they leave a runner at second. So we head to the bottom of the 8th, still knotted up at 3. So the heart of the order is coming up for the Orioles, and Machado, Davis, and Trumbo against Chris Archer. Machado's 1 for 3. And he grounds out to second for the first out. Chris Davis now 0 for 2 with a walk. And 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout now. Do we let him pitch to Trumbo? I think so. You got him the next couple times he's been up, so cool. So we're gonna keep him in and pitch. And he gets him. So that's it for the O's. They go 1, 2, 3. Head to the top of the 9th. 3-3. Going to keep Brad Brock in. He's pitching well. Still a B against Evan Longoria, who had a big 2-run homer to tie the game in the 6th. See what he can do here in the 9th. And he flies out to left for the first out. So Corey Dickinson's up now. Ooh. And he doubles. He's a slow runner. Corey Dickerson. Let's see. So I think we're going to replace him as the DH. Try to get a faster. Oops. Yeah. Try to get a faster runner on now. Let's see. And just slow guys. Oh boy. He's a pitcher. Oh, he probably just not really a pitcher. He's just pitched a little bit. Let's see. Mater. We're going to let Mater, he's played in 34 games, so we're going to let Mater pinch run. He's a fast runner, so. Alright, so one down and a runner at second for Desmond Jennings. Facing, ooh, Red Bar just went to a D there. I think we're going to place Brock here. Should we bring in Zach Britton? It's a non-save situation, so I really don't like to bring him in that. Let's see what else we got in here from Penn. Possibly Givens. Givens or Hunter. Hunter looks good too. Alrighty. I think we're going to go with UNH. Given we get a chance of a strikeout here, so I think we're going to go with, it's got an X there, so I think we're going to, I don't know why, we're going to go with Givens here. We're going to bring him in. Replacing Brock. Oops. Alright, so Michael Givens comes in now to face Desmond Jennings. Definitely use a strikeout now. Here's the windup and the pitch. Uh-oh. Single and runner on second scores. I'm going to play it safe, so. So the Rays take the lead for the first time today in the top of the ninth. Givens is not happy. Comes in and coughs up the single that ties the ball game. Brock's even less happy. Alrighty, Desmond Jennings is up now. Brad Miller. I think we're going to leave him in. And now he gets the strikeout. That's what he needed in the last batter. So he did a little backwards here. Alrighty, so next up will be Steven Souza. 0 for 3 in the day. And he gets 2 strikeouts. If it wasn't for that single in between, it'd still be tied. But alright, so the Orioles are going to come up now, down 1. So the Rays are going to bring in their closer here. Yeah. I think who the closer was. Now, I believe that, I want to say Boxberger was injured the first part of the season, so. I think Romero, actually. I'll be right back. Just want to check something. Alrighty, we're back, and Alex Colomb was the closer. Let's see. So, we're going to bring in him to face the Orioles lineup, and they'll have the bottom of the order, Wieters, Alvarez, and Scope. If anybody gets on, Flaherty. So Matt Wieters is up now. He's 1 for 3. Definitely could go yard here. So Colomb looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. And it's a leadoff single. So they're going to pinch run for Wieters here. I'm going to bring in Michael Bourne. Yeah, we'll bring in Michael Bourne. Adam Jones must be injured. Otherwise, he'd be in the lineup, I would think. So Michael Bourne's going to come in now to pinch run. I think we're going to have him try to steal here. I'm not going to play it safe. Because he's got from 11 to 21 to get a steal, so that's pretty good. And then only a 65 or a 66 will be thrown out. So otherwise, he doesn't get the jump. So we're going to try it here. It's 45, so he does not get the jump. Alrighty, so Bourne's at first with Pedro Alvarez DH up. He's not likely somebody who's going to sacrifice, I don't think. Yeah, I can't see Alvarez. Yeah, he's a slugger there, so we're going to let him hit away. 33. Pops out for the first out. All right, next up will be Jonathan Schoop. And Jonathan Schoop hits a 2-run homer off of the closer, Alex Colomb, and the Orioles win in walk-off fashion, 5-4. Wow, what a dramatic comeback there for just when I thought the Rays were going to win after a dramatic comeback that they had. Well, not dramatic, but a comeback that they had. The Orioles had a walk-off home run off the bat of Jonathan Schoop, a big 2-run homer to defeat the Rays. So the winner will be Michael Givens. He's 1-0. The loser, Alex Colomb. And he also gets a blown save. So let's check the totals here. So wow, what a finish. So these are your totals. Chris Archer definitely pitched a fine game after letting up a big 3-run homer in the first. He settled down to pitch 8 innings, only allowing 6 hits. So he definitely had a quality start here. Chris Tillman also had which would qualify as a quality start. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits. So both starters pitched fairly well. However, it was the bullpens coughed it up. Especially the Tampa bullpen here. After taking the lead in the 9th, they couldn't hold. Colomb couldn't hold it. So let's see. So the hero of the day is definitely going to be, in my book, Jonathan Schoop. He was 3 for 4. Also had a double in addition to that big 2-run homer. 2 RBIs. And Mark Trumbo also had a fine day. Hit a 3-run homer in the first. So Jonathan Schoop and Mark Trumbull provided all the Orioles offense they needed today. Let's see, for the Tampa Bay Rays here, Longoria hit a big 2-run homer to tie the game. And then there's Desmond Jennings that just hit the home run. No, he hit a single. He did hit a home run earlier in the game, though. So yep, so that's it. From Camden Yards in Baltimore, the Orioles defeat the Rays 5-4. Thank you for joining me. This has been Eric from High Ground Gaming, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless. Bye-bye.